Hello YouTube, it's Jay here and I have another beer review for you. What else? So as promised, today we're going to be looking at the Yards IPA. Um, and as many people know, I've many times said that I'm not a fan of IPAs. However, this is rated pretty good on Beer Advocate. It's rated 87% by the Bros and 85 by the Field, both very good. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I like pretty much every other Beer Yards brews. So we'll see what this is. I've never had their IPA before because, as I said, um, I try to steer clear of the IPAs, and you know, hang on one second. Duncan decided to make another starring role in my video by stealing some socks and playing with them over here. So I had to run and put them away and shut the door on him. I should probably shut that door anyway. I have wash going. You probably heard it washing away. Walker. Anywho, so Yards IPA. Without further ado, we'll crack it open and we'll see what we got here. Okay. IPA. Well, smell-wise, it's malty, and I really don't smell too much hops as far as the aroma goes. So, pleasantly surprised there. The bottle says IPAs were originally brewed to survive the epic sea voyages from England to India. Ours is no different. Hailing from a firm malt background and loaded through and through with hops, this beer will surely survive the journey from your fridge to your couch. Alcohol 7% by volume. So a bit on the higher side, but I'm not afraid. Not me. So let's pour it and see what happens. Okay, oh boy. So I always forget pouring into this particular glass. The bottom portion goes in really fast, and it can be a much more aggressive pour than you anticipate because there's no really, it just falls to the bottom and it rushes up real fast because you have this belly here. I'm not really sure why I'm using the Sam Adams glass anyway. It was just clean, so I grabbed it. But as you can see, a pretty clear IPA there. Brown, tan, I would say, like a little bit, I'd say tan for the most part, amber colored. Pretty good looking. Huh. Well, the heads, you still get a malt forward taste out of the head, and the hops don't really taste too overwhelming with this beer. So I may end up liking this beer a lot. Just trying to work out some of this head here. Get it all poured so I don't have to worry about it later, right? Okay. It's poured. Let's take a taste, try to cut through some of this head and get a taste of it. All right, well, the hops are there. It's an IPA. Whoa. I gotta say, that has one of the best aftertastes that I've had with an IPA before. Usually, IPA's aftertaste is so bitter hop that it's like overwhelming. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have with the IPA. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say the aftertaste of the Philly Pale Ale that they brew, Yards Brews, is actually more hop forward than this aftertaste, which is incredible because I know this beer has more hops and it has a higher alcohol by volume. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. Other tastes going on. You definitely get like kind of a toasted bread kind of taste from the grains. Um, definitely, but for the most part, malt forward and hops. That's really the main characters of this beer. But I'm liking it. I'm actually liking this one. Also, a beer 7% alcohol by volume. It's pretty smooth for a beer that high. You don't really get a whole lot of tongue burn. It doesn't taste like you're drinking a beer that's on the higher end of the spectrum when it comes. I know that there's beers that are a lot higher, but that's 7%. You have 3 or 4 of these, you'll get a good healthy buzz going. So that being said, I think it's surprising that you really don't get as much of a really burning sensation going down. A lot of the other beers that are higher, they tend to have that. Um, all in all, surprising for an IPA. When you drink it, you really get the hops, but then they kind of fade away, and like quickly they fade away, and you aren't left with that like bitter aftertaste where you can't eat or drink anything else because it's kind of like when you brush your teeth. That's how I feel after I drink an IPA. I feel like everything tastes weird and I have to like wash it out. This one does not give you that. So I'm actually really surprised about that. I'm really liking this beer. We'll go ahead and rate it. So hop factor, I'll go ahead and I'll give this. See, it's hard because I know it's an IPA, but it's deceptive. I'll go ahead and give it a hop factor of 8. The time where you really feel the 8 is when it's on your tongue and you're still drinking it, but as soon as you swallow it, the hop factor really goes down a bit. And I'm tempted to give it a 7, but I feel like, since it's an IPA, I want to go more on the high end, and they are there. They're pretty forward. So, and a rating of this beer, I think I'll go ahead and I'll rate it 4 stars out of 5. It's a really solid beer, IPA or not. I'm enjoying it, and it's definitely one of the Yards. It's official. I like all Yards beers. Yards, if anybody out there is watching, I like all your beers. Send them to me. No, I'm just kidding. But I do got to get over there and get a growler of the Love Stout. You got to start bottling the Love Stout. Come on, guys. The Love Stout's amazing. But they have a chocolate Love Stout too. Anyway, so that's the IPA. What did I do? I did the Brawler. I did the Philly Pale Ale. Did I do... What's the other one? Oh, the extra special. Yeah, okay. Well, I did them all. I did all the beers. So unless I get something special, I have a ton of Yards in there. So this might be the last review for a while. When I first get the case, I try to go through one of each night and, make the videos and then put them all up. So, it might be a last one for a couple of weeks, maybe a month until I get another case. Or, if I'm somewhere and I'm at like a craft beer outlet and I get a couple special ones on a 6-pack, I'll definitely bring them to you. Yeah, so not really sure what the next beer is going to be because I don't really have any plan to, get another beer. So we'll leave it open-ended for now. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. And Yards IPA, highly recommended.